Cafe anyway. That's right. It's FF episode 2583, 2583.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Oh, Google Photos just made me cry. That's why people shouldn't
Mike's Daily Podcast.
put that app on their phone. Once upon a time, it was the best. You could upload a zillion photos and you wouldn't need to rest because it would always be there. And I guess you could rest easy because you'd have all your podcasts backed up there and Google would look at them, and that's kind of creepy. But yes, now they have a limit.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
And they're trying to turn a profit. They wanted you to upload all your photos there so that then they could offer you
Mike's
these
Daily
collages
Podcast
of pictures of people that are gone. And you're like, what? What did you just do to me, Google Photos? So I might be purchasing a huge collage of pictures of my mom and I. And they're all photos from Florida. After she passed, I went to Florida. And it was over a year ago, and you still can't fully process the whole thing. Your mom, for gosh sakes, it's your mom. And all the memories. And I found so many photos, and I sent them to California, and I still got to go through all of those. But wow. It is quite a project. And it's one I think in many ways will be very rewarding. And it's weird. Just looking at the collage, I felt like I could talk to her. Photos just really bring people back. So, thank you, Google Photos, for messing with my brain. But yes, I will post a podcast picture that I probably have used Google Photos for. And it is something that I took a month ago when I went to Half Moon Bay and enjoyed a beautiful sunset. And somehow we made it out to Half Moon Bay and didn't have to sit in traffic for 5 hours.
And here's today's podcast picture.
It was miraculous that day. And they had a huge sinkhole that had taken most of 92 with it, so they had fixed that, and we were able to get to the beach and get this beautiful picture that you can see at mikesdailypodcast.com. A lot of great photos there at my website. I've been doing this podcast now since 2009, and the late great Basil the Boxer and I would go to this beach, and he would be able to be off the leash and run around and chase birds. Now we do this thing that I don't think Basil would approve of. We take a cat with us. Yes. Well, maybe he would approve of it, chasing the cat. But yes, this cat. And there's a podcast picture I posted about a month ago with Rocky the kitty, on my shoulder, just looking around going, what? No. I want to be back in a house because I'm a cat, Mike. I'm a house cat. Real quick, as we begin this show, have we started it yet? I don't know. We're at Cafe Anyway, somewhere in Podcastro Valley, the last place on earth, Podcastro Valley 10. And here's something I enjoy concerts as much as you. But here's the thing. What is going on with the earbud situation? They've been, for years now, decades, they've had the little ear thing that allows the singer not to rely on the monitors, the floor monitors that used to sit there in front of them. I guess some of them still have that. But a lot of them can hear how their voice sounds by these little earbuds. And they hit these notes. But over time, and I noticed this a lot with Geddy Lee, the lead singer of Rush. I love Rush. I love Geddy. Neil Peart, as they called the late Neil. I called him Neil Peart my whole life, so I recently was corrected. And oops. And Alex Lifeson. But when Geddy sings, I guess, to hit those notes, he's got a strain. And it's weird. It's like I don't know what it is. It's weird, though. A lot of singers, when they've got the little earbuds in, their face, it's almost contorting like they're animatronic. to get the sounds. I don't feel like I'm being sung to anymore. Do you get what I'm saying? 510 what is my number? So this podcast is pretty real, everybody. I don't do this super overproduced thing that a lot of podcasts do. Maybe why I don't have any listeners, but yeah, to some of you, this is gold. This is how people really act, and you appreciate that. But the phone number is 510-228-4640. I would love to hear from you. 510-228-4640 to call me here at Cafe Anyway. It's really a cafe. It's really a place. It was inspired by a show I did years ago in Ventura County called the Santa Fe Cafe. I did it for 11 years. And I created these characters. And when that show ended, I knew I'd never be able to do another show like that again on the radio, because radio has gotten so... It's all... Forget about creativity. It's all about the bottom line, the buck. Making that dollar. It costs money. It costs a lot of money to run a radio station, so they want to make money. And the fun, creative times that I had, and I had a lot of listeners doing this creative thing called the Santa Fe Cafe, but I knew it wouldn't work on radio ever again. So I said, I'm going to put this on my podcast. And that's how Cafe Anyway was created. And anyway, here we are. And the thing that we're going to cover today is layoffs, more layoffs. Because that's how the world is. Bottom line, the buck stops here. Salesforce COO, or COO, Brian Milham said it would change and reshape the company. The company has already cut its workforce by 10%, or 8,000 employees, as we go outside of Cafe Anyway, where we bring you Mike's Daily Podcast somewhere in Podcaster Valleyton, the last place on earth. So yes, even more job cuts. The company has already cut its workforce by 10%, and a fresh wave of job cuts could be coming as Salesforce, Salesforce, Brian Milham said that a change and reshape of the company may be needed to drive efficiencies. Meta dropped a bunch of people, and its stock is doing much better now. The structure of the organization, if we feel it needs to change and reshape, we're going to make those moves to drive the efficiencies. He also said consultants Bain & Company were reviewing operations, but were yet to make any final recommendations. The software giant announced in January it would cut 8,000 employees, or 10% of its headcount, in a focus on profitability. Most of the cuts affected workers in sales and marketing in locations including New York and Atlanta. Salesforce recently reduced an annual employee bonus by 30%, sparking criticism from some workers, as the company had reported record adjusted operating margins of 22.5% during its most recent financial year, and had forecast a figure of 27% in March. So suddenly 30% was cut. And that was according to Business Insider India via MSN.com, that story. Also, in the world of tech, Elon Musk has put $20 billion value on Twitter. This according to Business Today via MSN.com. Twitter CEO Elon Musk has offered the social media company's employees stock grants at a valuation of nearly $20 billion. The valuation is half the amount he paid to buy Twitter. In October of last year, Musk paid $44 billion to acquire the microblogging site. The report said it was an acknowledgement of how much Twitter's value has dropped since the deal, but it is still well above public market valuation levels for Twitter's rivals. In December last year, Musk said Twitter was on track to be roughly cash flow break even in 2023 as top advertisers slashed their spending on the social media platform after its takeover. The report said Musk has projected that Twitter will generate less than $3 billion in revenue this year, and taking into account the company's $13 billion in debt, the $20 billion valuation implies a multiple of 11 times this year's revenue to an implied enterprise value of $33 billion. Is that all? Is Twitter worth all that and more? Is that... I guess in the world of social media, it's up there. It's got huge name recognition. Forget about Parler. I'm actually on Parler. Yes, I'm on Parler. And I'll tell you, I think I'm the only one. Me and a couple of right-wing conservative conspiracy theorists. And that's about it. So I don't know. I think Twitter... I post a podcast, and believe me, nobody knows this podcast. No one will ever know this podcast, but whenever I post onto Twitter, I immediately get reactions. Not that many, but I get a reaction. And that shows you how many people are actually on Twitter then to even care. So maybe all this is true. Maybe Dwayne Johnson is looking more handsome since one of his daughters gave him a lipstick heavy makeover. Took lipstick, put it all over his head. He looks like a baked lobster, poor guy. The Black Adam star. You know he's 50? Dang. I want what he has, that magic, never aging potion, whatever he uses. He's in such great shape. He recently posted a video on his Instagram showing his two younger daughters, Jasmine and Tiana. Jasmine's 7, Tiana's 4. They sat at a kitchen table, and The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, and my cat's named after him, by the way, Rocky, because I was told that The Rock originally came from Hayward, or has some kind of connection to Hayward, and my cat came from Hayward, so there's that connection. But Dwayne The Rock Johnson in this clip, he's at the kitchen table in a blue tank top and matching shorts, and there is bright pink lipstick coloring his face and neck. The girls had also drawn a curly mustache and a goatee around his lips and gave him a unibrow with black eyeliner. And then Tiana runs away shouting, "I'm going to get more makeup." Uh-oh. And in other celebrity news, because you want celebrity news, because I'm like one of those podcasts that does celebrity news. Oh, no, I'm not. Oh, can you believe what Tay-Tay said? Oh, that Josh Mayer. That's what I hear on a lot of these entertainment type podcasts. Nope, that's not what this is. We're outside a cafe anyway. Why would we do that? But Gwyneth Paltrow took the stand on Friday in Park City, Utah, on the 4th day of her ongoing trial over a 2016 skiing accident. And then Taylor Swift entered the scene. Well, she was mentioned. She became the focus in the courtroom as Paltrow's relationship with Taylor Swift was momentarily scrutinized. Retired optometrist Terry Sanderson, who's 76, has accused Gwyneth Paltrow, who is also 50, of crashing into him while they were both skiing, and claims the accident left him with a brain injury, 4 broken ribs, and emotional damage. He wants $300,000. Gwyneth Paltrow has countersued.
Oh yeah, how much? A lot.
For $1 in damages, claiming that Sanderson collided into her. On Friday, Sanderson's lawyer, Kristen Van Orman, asked the actress if the $1 she is seeking in damages was inspired by a 2017 case in which Taylor Swift sued former DJ David Merler for battery and sexual assault and sought a symbolic $1 in damages. Paltrow said that she had not been aware of Taylor Swift's suit at the time. When asked by Van Orman if the two were good friends, Gwyneth replied, "No, I would not say we're good friends. We are friendly. I've taken my kids to one of her concerts before, but we don't talk very often." Paltrow also testified that after Sanderson allegedly hit her, he began making grunting noises. She claimed that a set of skis forced her legs apart and that there was a body pressing against me and there was a very strange grunting noise. The actor said she froze and that her brain was trying to make sense of what was happening. She added, "I thought, is this a practical joke? Is someone, doing something perverted? This is really strange." So, she said she moved away quickly.
Yeah.
And Sanderson says that Paltrow left him with injuries. Wow. I don't know if that's what I would do. Would I sue Gwyneth Paltrow? Would any of us sue Gwyneth Paltrow? It's not really a thing most of us would have on our list. Is somebody being opportunistic? I don't know. But, well, here's another interesting celebrity making fun of somebody. Well, he's a politician, whether he likes to admit it or not. But Donald Trump slammed President Joe Biden Saturday for his latest international gaffe. An embarrassing shout out to China when he meant to sing Canada's praises during a state visit to Ottawa. Trump said, "Mistakes like this, a really big one in Canada's parliament, are just not allowed to happen. We are a laughing stock all over the world." The 80-year-old president made the cringe-inducing flub in a speech before the Canadian Parliament. He said, "Today I applaud China for stepping up," as he discussed the new U.S.-Canada border agreement. "Excuse me, I applaud Canada," he corrected himself, drawing laughs from the assembled lawmakers. Well, at least he corrected himself. Oh my gosh! Trump didn't bring up the correcting part. In his little, in Waco, Texas, he was yesterday. Apparently, the whole speech was about him and how everybody is hurting him. He didn't talk about anything about how he's going to help the country, really help issues. I know a lot of politicians skirt issues, don't even talk about them. But that's a Trump thing now. He just doesn't even talk about it. It's all about me, poor victim, me.
That's enough. Put down the mic.
So, there's that. So that must have been fun to go to in Texas. Biden made his comments in front of the Canadian Parliament. In a fundraising email to supporters, Trump's campaign said that Biden's China boosting was no accident, in light of reports that Biden family members received payments from a Chinese energy company in 2017. And he said, Biden may forget what country he's in, but he will always remember who's pulling the strings. And then one other interesting thing that you might find interesting or might go, what? I don't know what, Mike. I'm going to go tune into a celebrity podcast now where they talk about celebrities and what's going on in their world. No, don't go away yet. Because there's one other celebrity, a Mississippi morning news anchor. So Snoop Dogg has a popular phrase that he would say. I don't know if this was this on MTV that he actually said this, or I forget what song it is, but he said a particular phrase that white people really shouldn't repeat. And a lady who does the weather in Mississippi, she repeated it because they were talking about a Snoop Dogg story. And when she repeated it, well, she got fired. She got fired for saying it. And apparently it's not the first time that she has gotten into hot water for her comments. Some things she has said in the past offended people.
Right? Good.
She boasts that she is the first chief meteorologist in the history of this television station in Mississippi that she works for. When she made those original statements, she apologized. That was last October, and then this has come along, and there is now, she's been fired. She apparently at one time was a beauty queen. Is that correct? She had been in the, I can't find that part, but social media users have come to her defense. Others say it's not appropriate for a white woman to say that phrase. Charlemagne the God defended her, saying, I don't think she should have been fired for that. She might not even know what what she was saying. Come on, like, stop. That's not a reason to fire that woman. Oh, she was Mrs. Mississippi International in 2000. Yeah. So, you don't know that what was going on in Mississippi. Yeah, you probably heard that there was a bunch of horrible tornadoes, but did you know about that? Yes. That little bit of, that's what's going on in Mississippi media. Florida, my mom. Well, here's one other thing to do with all that. There was a good friend of my mom's named Winky. I let Winky know that my mom had passed, and she started sending me the emails that she would send my mom all the time. My mom used to say, oh yeah, Winky sends me these funny emails. Well, now I get them, and some of them, well, I like to share with you. She sent me this one. As I was lying around pondering the problems of the world, I realized that at my age, I really don't give a darn anymore. If walking is good for your health, the postman would be immortal. A whale swims all day, only eats fish, drinks water, but he's still fat. A rabbit runs and hops and only lives for 15 years, while a tortoise doesn't run and doesn't do mostly anything, yet it lives for 150 years. And you tell me to exercise? I don't think so. Just grant me the senility to forget the people I never liked, the good fortune to remember the ones I do, and the eyesight to tell the difference. Now that I'm older, here's what I've discovered. Number 1, I started out with nothing and I still have most of it. Number 2, my wild oats are mostly enjoyed with prunes and all bran. Number 3, I finally got my head together, now my body's falling apart. Number 4, funny, I don't remember being absent-minded. 5, funny, I don't remember being absent-minded. 6, if all is not lost, then where the heck is it? Number 7, it was a whole lot easier to get older than to get wiser. Number 8, some days you're the top dog, some days you're the hydrant. 9, I wish the buck really did stop here. I'm sure I could use a few of them. Number 10, kids in the back seat cause accidents. Number 11, accidents in the back seat cause kids. Number 12, it's hard to make a comeback when you haven't been anywhere. Number 13, the world only beats a path to your door when you're in the bathroom. Number 14, if God wanted me to touch my toes, he'd have put them on my knees. Number 15, when I'm finally holding all the right cards, everyone wants to play chess. Number 16, it's not hard to meet expenses. They're everywhere. Number 17, the only difference between a rut and a grave is the depth. Number 18, these days I spend a lot of time thinking about the hereafter. I go somewhere to get something and then wonder, what am I here after? Number 19, funny, I don't remember being absent-minded. And number 20, have I sent this message to you before? No, Winky, but thank you very much. I'm putting that in my personal folder because that is just absolutely charming. Outside a cafe anyway, somewhere in Podcastro Valley, the last place on earth, look who is here. Hello, Michael Master, it's Madame Rootabega, and I love being here in Podcastro Valley 10. Ooh. Do you like all these birds chirping? Yes. Do you like that funny email from Winky? Yes. Do you like Tom Petty music videos? No. Oh, that's such a shame. The late, great Tom Petty. He did some music videos in the 80s that he's well known for. The one, Don't Come Around Here No More. It's like an Alice in Wonderland one. If you watch that video, if you know the one I'm talking about, please, 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 right now, go to YouTube and watch the video he released after it. It's called Make It Better, Forget About Me. And I believe Mr. David Stewart from the Eurythmics also, he did Don't Come Around Here No More. He co-wrote this one as well. But what happens is, it looks like you're looking at Alice at the very beginning, because you remember the Don't Come Around Here No More has Alice in Wonderland. It's an Alice in Wonderland theme. But in this one, and I think at the end of the Don't Come Around Here No More, Tom Petty as the Mad Hatter, he somehow, Alice is in like a cup of tea and he accidentally drinks her. I forget what it is. In this, now you're looking at Alice and Tom Petty crawls into her ear and the band is performing inside her head. This is all 1985, this came out. And it's a fun song, and it's just a fun music video. I missed seeing it. I think it's been about 40 years since I watched it, so check it out. It's on YouTube. I saw it last night. And actually, you can watch it if you go to my YouTube channel. I have a Best Obscure Rock Found by Mike Matthews playlist, and I think it's at the end. So go there and check it out. Look who else is here.
Hello there, Mike. This is Valentino, the parking attendant.
And this is Bison Bentley. Do you know that?
Mike, right now, I am making a delicious pot of lentils in the booth in the parking lot there.
Yeah, booth in the parking lot. Do you know that? Wow, okay. I'll have to try some of your lentils. Lentils are so delicious. And you can add a bunch of stuff to the lentils, and it doesn't take too incredibly long to make. And it's so healthy. Oh, just thought I'd share that. You know what else I want to share with you? I want to go back in time with you. Yes, that's how I feel. That's how much I feel. Feel for you, babe. That's how much. That's how much. Listen, let's go back in time to when radio was cool. And you could do all kinds of things like the Santa Fe Cafe that I was mentioning earlier. In fact, let's go back about 20 years to when I was doing the Santa Fe Cafe. And here's a little bit of it. In fact, you're going to hear someone who was on the last podcast, Chely Shoehart. Here is an early incarnation of her. Shall we listen to early Chely?
We're gonna miss her, aren't we? We're just gonna keep on fishing, though. It's 100.7 KHAY. I'm Matt Michaels. I'm at the KHAY Santa Fe Cafe. The KHAY Cafe question, what's the best thing about being a dad? And we're going into the gift shop to see our 18-year-old gift shop supervisor, Chely Shoehart.
Oh, I just realized what I was talking about at the very beginning. We're going to miss her, but I'm going to keep on fishing. That is a Brad Paisley song. I'm going to miss her. Because she said she's going to leave if he goes fishing again. And then the chorus is, well, I'm going to miss her when she's gone. Right now. Oh, look, I just caught a fish. It's that clever song, which has got a fun music video. Is Jason Alexander in that one? No, Celebrity is the one. Brad Paisley made some funny videos.
Yeah, Michael, I have this lady on the phone who wants to talk to you.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Michael, here she is.
I've never met you, but I hope to soon.
Yeah, Michael, she said she wants to meet you soon.
Really?
Yes, Matt Michael, so how about right now?
Alrighty. Hi, nice to meet you.
Yeah, Michael, that didn't go well, did it?
You should have protected me. What's wrong with you? It's Travis Tritt.
Wow, fans could be rough. Maybe it's good this podcast doesn't have any fans. All right, one more little clip from that Santa Fe Cafe.
What's the best thing about being a dad? That's the KHA Cafe question. That's Faith Hill, The Secret of Life, 100.7 KHAY. Matt Michaels, I'm at the...
Oh! That's a Faith Hill song nobody talks about anymore. That was a good song. She, of course, everybody remembers This Kiss and Just Breathe, but that was a good one. And It's Your Love with Tim McGraw. The Secret of Life.
KHA Santa Fe Cafe. And look, it's Ted.
Good evening. This is Ted Koppel with KHA Santa Fe Cafe with Nightline. What is this?
It's the KHA Santa Fe Cafe.
Matthew, this man over here was insulting me.
Yeah. Maybe I was a little rude to you,
I take comments about my hair very seriously. Yes.
All right, well, it's George Strait live.
Hello? Ted Koppel, ABC News.
That was me trying to do Ted Koppel. I was really fascinated with Ted Koppel for a while.
Hello?
Yeah, which one was it?
Toby Keith?
No, Ted Koppel. All right, one more.
At 10:30 and 11:30, Monday through Friday, it's the KHA Country Quiz. If you'd like to play the KHA Country Quiz, call me now at 650-KHAY. We'll pick a contestant to play the KHA Country Quiz.
Ooh, I'm going to call right now and try and play the Country Quiz.
You could win Little Big Town's debut CD featuring their new hit, Don't Waste My Time. The album came out about a week ago. A great new album by Little Big Town, 650-KHA.
KHAY and CD.
Little Big Town.
All red. Blake Shelton, that's from his album that's got Austin on it, his debut album.
Blake Shelton.
Womack Ashes by now. Before that, Colin Ray on the way next. We'll get to Alan Jackson and more of your requests and dedications at 650-KHAY, the KHA Cafe question. What's the worst thing you ever got caught doing? Oh, my God.
Ooh, man, one time...
Wait. The worst thing you ever got caught doing? Oh, boy. This was live on the radio, everybody. Boondocks, Little Big Town. That was a song they were known for. And that other one, Girl Crush. Yes, remember, did you... And Bring It On Home. Day Drinking. Yes. All right, let's find out what Homer did.
Got caught stealing a cookie from the cookie jar.
Oh.
And donuts. I stole some donuts.
Sure.
Oh, man. And one time he stole my purse.
Gee, I didn't see that coming.
People. What? Okay. And one more thing. I went back and found this. This was from 92. So yes, now 30 years back, I was on a radio station called The Bus. And we would play, and I explained this format to people. They don't quite understand what it was, but we would start off the hour with three 50s songs. Or was it two? No, it was two songs from the 50s. Then we played two songs from the 60s, 70s, 80s, and then we go back to the 50s again. Because the 90s had just started, and there wasn't enough 90s songs at that point. But it later turned into an alternative rock station, because I think in about 94 they switched, 94, 95, because grunge was really big at that point. And then they lasted a couple more years and they disappeared. I was with them, though, when they were doing this multi-era format. And here's a little bit of that.
More than oldies, the best 96.7. Hello, Mike Matthews on it.
Oh, yeah, and I was talking like that back then.
Saturday afternoon, 106 with Grassroots Midnight Confessions.
Yeah, because there was a guy I worked with named Jim West, and he sounded like that, and I was copying him. I don't know why. I think because I was only 20-something, and I thought, oh, he sounds like that. I should sound like him. Because I want a job in radio. Carole King.
More than oldies, the bus 96.7. Mike Matthews with you. Reminding you, we got the bus bumper stickers out. You can grab one at Sal's Mexican Inn in Oxnard at Oxnard Boulevard and Cycle Scene off Johnson Drive in Ventura. Stick it and win with the bus 96.7.
Stick it and win. That does not happen anymore. Nobody puts bumper stickers on their cars anymore. That is a bygone era. Wow. Sal's. I wonder if Sal's is still there. The best Mexican food in Oxnard. Quite a memorable place. All right, one more because this is really embarrassing. Toto!
Woo! More than oldies, the bus 96.7 and Toto. Woof, woof. Yes. What? Good Toto. Rosanna. Mike Matthews on a Saturday afternoon reminding you we want you to stick it and win. Listen for bus sticker locations. You could be our next winner. You have the chance to get your share of prizes valued at thousands of dollars, including gold earrings, passes to Mountain High, and bikes from Cycle Scene.
Wow, we were really pushing the bumper stickers, huh? They ain't cheap. They ain't cheap. People would put them... Now, there is a place... In my house, I have a desk where I generally do my podcast, and I have all these stickers on this desk. On this one side of the desk, I just have covered it. I'm going to have a hard time letting go of this desk because it's got so many cool old bumper stickers on it. All right, I'm going to wrap up this podcast today by talking directly to you and saying some stuff, which is what I've been doing for most of this podcast, saying some stuff. But I want to say this particular thing to you right now. There's a couple things that are ending lately. Not big things, not people's lives or whatever. I mean, yeah, that's happening, unfortunately. But so somebody that I did a radio show for a long time said goodbye. Friday was his last day doing the show. And usually in the world of radio, you don't have a chance to say goodbye. They just pull the plug on you. You're gone. They give you your check. Bye. Get out of here. But he got to say goodbye. And it was very nice because he mentioned me as he basically was finishing his show. So I'm going to keep this forever and ever. Here it is. Let's listen.
We're only about 30 seconds away from closing out my 5-year time on the air. I want to thank Mike Matthews, my engineer today, and also a higher up in the station. He's the one with the sense of humor, giving the sound effects and everything. Thank you, Mike. And to all of you out there, it's been a great 5 years, and maybe I'll be back in the future. But for now, have a great weekend and have a great life. This is Attorney Bob Bergman signing off.
Isn't that nice? Yes, he did a law show. It's very interesting. He'll be back. He's very talented at this, and I can see the format changing slightly where we actually get callers, and special guests. I think he would play well with them, but he's got a lot going on. His family, his kids have grown up, and he wants to spend time with them and spend time with his family, so that's understandable. But he'll be back. And the other thing that changed is my lovely lady friend. She's been taking for the past year a yoga class. And every weekend, not every weekend, every month there's one weekend where on both a Saturday and Sunday, she would go in and take a yoga class. And it was very in-depth, all the positions, how to run a class, how to run a yoga class, what things to keep in mind. Well, today is her absolute last official day doing the class or being in the class. So she's emotional about it. Bob, who you just heard, when he was doing the last show, he's like, this is like, because I've done a lot of local theater, this is like when a play ends and you're saying goodbye to everybody and it's heartbreaking. And then like a week goes by and it feels like 20 years have gone by since you did the play. But those memories are there and they last with you for 20 years plus. But yeah, it's a time, I don't know what it is about March, the end of March, where a lot of things come to an end, but hopefully a lot of great beginnings are beginning and a lot of good beginnings are happening with you. If you would like to share that, you can call me at 510-228-7254. Dang it. 510-228-4640. The most, that's why no one calls that number, is because it's very unmemorable. 510-228-4640, or you can email me, and with ways to do that, here's A-Frame.
Mike's Daily Podcast is written and produced and performed by Mike Matthews. His podcast is super easy to find. Download or listen to his show and read his blog at mikesdailypodcast.com.
Email Mike now at mikesdailypodcast@gmail.com.
See you tomorrow. Bye!